You're in my way!
Hello, my lovely childs of the internet. It is I, Multi126789, here once again. I am asking you once again to let me gush about a video game that you probably don't want to hear me gush about because you already know about it. .png, WAV file, MP4. Anyways, hey guys, it's me. This is probably coming up the Monday of the 29th. Which we all know what comes out on the 29th, the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. But, that being aside, that's not what we're here to talk about. Instead, I decided to make a video on Animal Crossing and my experience with it. Because, again, this isn't my first Animal Crossing game. Technically is my second. I played New Leaf on the 3DS, but revisiting this Animal Crossing, I just wanted to share my almost 30 days worth of experience in it. This isn't really a review, it's more just my impressions overall of me playing it for the past, like, I don't know, 30 days. And then exponentially getting way farther than a bunch of my friends. Just by happenstance of me being a hoarder. Because that's how I play RPGs and life sims like this. I'm sorry, it's a part of my craft. So, yeah, where should I start? I am thinking we should start with the basics of the game. So, a lot of people can be deterred by playing Animal Crossing because they say there's not much to do. Again, I'm gonna just say this right now, I don't think time traveling is bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I don't think you should feel guilty about using it. Me, personally, I play the game how it's usually intended to play because personally I like doing that, but if there's stuff to break the game, then I'm gonna do it. Me, I didn't use any time traveling because I just wanted to play for the days. Also, I already knew that I would end up getting farther than my friends because I would take it too seriously, and I ended up taking it too seriously because just like Rune Factory, this game has one of those things where it's like, oh, it has a vicious cycle thing where it's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not gonna go overzealous and like get a bunch of stuff really quickly and feel like I've already exhausted everything I could do. I still did that really. I really tried not to, but like even the first day I played it, I'm like, okay, so I know what things that they're gonna need from me. I'm gonna need to get a lot of materials so I don't run out of materials, so I can keep planting trees, so I can get a bunch of money, so I can start paying for a house. Literally, my first day playing, well, technically the second day, because you don't get the option to move into a house until the second day, I don't think. But, basically, after, like, my first day of playing, I was able to get, like, a large majority of the stuff that you shouldn't be able to get until the end of your first week playing, already done. Like, in the first 2 days. And that was not me time traveling again. It was just me straight up playing and being like, how much stuff can I do in one day sitting of playing Animal Crossing New Horizons? And it turns out you can do a whole lot. Grinding Nook Miles, people who complain about grinding Nook Miles, I don't understand when a lot of them are pretty easy to get early on because the less stuff you have limiting you to get Nook Miles, the easier it is to collect a whole bunch. I mean, you don't get the Nook Miles Plus until after you get your house, but once you get your house, you can get, like, so many. And, like, a lot of the thing for me, I didn't spend any of my money on all the, or Nook Miles on any of the cosmetic stuff. I didn't start really buying a lot of stuff with my bells until I knew I was going to be at least 3 or 4 parts of the house deep. So even if I have to pay back loans, I already have a tried and true method of playing the game. Just for note, I started playing after the patch that took out of the Tarantula and the Scorpion build, where you can go to an island and you can literally farm money by bringing about a bunch of scorpions and stuff from islands that you completely strip clean. They patched that out near the end of April, and I ended up getting the game at the beginning of May, or sometime around there. So I ended up not even being able to use that exploit. Well, actually, it's not really an exploit, it was a part of the game, but Nintendo said, no, that's a no-fun zone because you're trying to play our game the way that it was intended. And now that everybody complains about it, now we gotta take it away and have no fun at all. I still think that's, like, really one of the worst decisions that I've seen Nintendo do for... Like, I know Nintendo already makes some sometimes really questionable, or may I even say it, pardon my French, but head-ass decisions. But that one really stuck out to me because I'm like, man, so basically what you're saying, you're going to make scaling for getting money even harder than it already is? I mean, literally you rather... Okay, item duplicating is a thing, that is a glitch that you can do, which you can probably find a tutorial on YouTube, probably. I mean, I was just playing this raw dog, and only of the knowledge I knew when I watched people play this for like the first few weeks that it came out. And then I was like, I'll eventually get it. Because again, I was still worried about doing Rune Factory videos for you guys on the channel. But, I'm just saying, making money in this game isn't hard. I just feel like I don't understand why they took out something that was not really hurting the game, because it was a single player game, and was a fair, and you had to work hard to make those islands be able to just spawn one thing. I don't understand why that was taken out, considering you still have to put a lot of work and effort into doing that. I digress, though. I digress. Nintendo said, whatever, and we're gonna do it, and whatever. The main point is that I ended up, the footage that you just saw earlier with the KK slider, I got that within 16 days of playing the game, without time traveling, and by just playing optimally, because I just like doing that when I'm playing games anyways. Basically, what my day would be divided up into, because unfortunately I still work during quarantine, so I can't even tell you guys I've been like playing for 24 hours. No, I'd be waking up early in the morning because for some ungodly reason it would be like 6 something in the morning, and I'm like, oh yes, I indeed am up, so I guess I gotta play something because I'm not going back to sleep or I'll probably miss my work. So either it's like I'm playing my GameCube to play Sonic Adventure Battles 2, or I could play more Animal Crossing, and then after work I would also play Animal Crossing for like an additional maybe 1 or 2 hours. Now, in the mornings I usually played it for like 2-3 hours, and then near the end of the day I played it for 2 or 3, so collectively I play it for like maybe 5 hours. Sometimes it's even shorter depending on how optimal I was in the morning. Because at least for me, I got the game down to a science with what I want to do, and the checklist of like, okay, what's the hot item for the day? Okay, let me go into my house and my storage and see all the stuff that I was holding on to, so I can quickly just be like, make bank, make bank, make bank, make bank. Like today, or was it yesterday? No, it was, I think it was either, yeah, I think it was yesterday for me. We had an item that literally gave you almost 3,000 bells, and then I got double that. So basically I made like 10 of those furniture items, and I almost made like I think it was more than what I'm even saying. Oh yeah, no, because it was like 60k. It was 60k because it was the ironwood bed, I believe was what the DIY recipe is, because that's what it was for that day. And oh baby, it cost me 20 wood, it cost me 90 wood, and no, 90 or 100. Anyways, it cost me a lot of wood and a lot of iron ingots, but like I said, I played this game super optimally like I would for Rune Factory, where I just hoard all the craftable items until I need them. And boy oh boy, like making money in this game is not hard, even without the prepaid the pre-patch from April. And I'm just like, man, I sometimes get confused why people complain and say there's not enough to do in Animal Crossing, because I'm like, I'm always still finding more things to optimize. Like right now, my thing that I'm trying to do is make a bunch of black lilies, so I can start up my island being a unique island where it has a bunch of different colored lilies, because my theme for my island is going to be lily based, because Universia, pretty good place. My town theme is basically Sonic clear music as of right now. Like the Sonic one clear theme, so you know the da 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 da. Ta-ching! But it doesn't give you that many notes, so you know I made do with what I had. I'm also happy with my villagers I have. Maybe it's harder on people who don't have like certain villagers, like people like having the rare stuff, which I'm not gonna say this to hurt anybody's feelings, but if you get the rare villagers, they're not that rare anymore. The whole point of getting rare villagers is legitimately to be like, oh, I got this one-of-a-kind special. But if everybody gets them, then I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but also I'm not jealous because everybody has them. You know what people don't have? They don't have Rex. They don't have Hammett. I think I said his name right. Also, he's like one of my favorite villagers in my town, and he was like the first one on the island. He's just a hamster who talks about how buff he is, and it's unironically funny because he reminds me of one of my family members, and I'm just like, I like him, so I like this character a whole bunch because it's not that he's egotistical about it, really. It's more just that it's funny because, you know, I bet he does make gains and stuff, but it's just hilarious. But not trying to get too sidetracked, I'm basically at the point now where now it's just the whole money grind and also make your island however you want, and I'm just checking on every day just to basically help out all of my other friends and be like, here's some Nook Mile tickets because I make too many Nook Miles during one day because I end up doing a little bit too extra, and here, take these gifts. Take this extra money that I made one day because my money tree grew and I made like almost 300k for no reason other than, hey, I planted. I planted seed and it grew and now I got money. Oops. I got every type of fruit available. Also shout out to my boy Fisty over at Kazuto Games. Probably icon will show up on the top right. Please check out their channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year, by the way. I'm only shilling them because those guys would love to be able to hit the 1,000 subscribers so they can continue to do this. Maybe not as a livelihood, but at least something that they enjoy and that can have a really great exponential growth for something that could actually go into something else in their field later that they would be liked to do. Okay, all of that aside, getting back on focus on Animal Crossing. Now, most of you are probably wondering for me, how does this game stack up to Rune Factory 4? Me, I will say, there's plenty of things that in this game I like, comparatives to Rune Factory 4. Like, Rune Factory 4, I don't mind having a town setting, but again, in this game, it allows you to make your town, you know? Make your convenience, and make it so you can do a lot of things and not feel too restricted. Because, I mean, a lot of stuff in Rune Factory, I will say, is a lot of NPC-dependent stuff, and a lot of random events, which are hard to trigger sometimes. But in this game, it's pretty concrete and pretty self-explanatory. If you make yourself get a house, then you get a house. If Tom Nook asks you to make a bridge, you'll make a bridge. If Tom Nook asks you to build the resident areas so people can live here, it's pretty straightforward. Which I do like because it's not, oh, hope for a random event and then you know what you're going to be able to do for the day, you know, in Rune Factory. But also Rune Factory gives you, you know, different type of gameplay that's not just, you know, farming and picking up materials and, you know, just enjoying the relaxing part of life, you know? It still has a lot of multi-managing stuff that I like because my name is Multi. Nice to meet you. Though I really wish Animal Crossing would take one of these things from the book of, you know, from Rune Factory and almost every game that has a crafting system. Please patch in eventually making multiple items, or at least asking the player if they would like to make multiple of the same items. I mean, at this point, I'm such a hoarder, and now I've upgraded my house basically to have an attic, which gave me an extra, you know, 400 storage, so now I have 800. So I basically never have to worry about storage ever again. But I'm also the type of person who's like, man, if I have to keep making these tools every so often, I'm gonna lose my mind. Which is why I end up making, like, sometimes in the morning after I do all my daily grind of chopping up trees for wood and hitting all the rocks for materials, I then end up using most of that, or a good sum of it some days, to just make a bunch of equipment so I don't have to worry about making it. And now I've found a better way to manage your equipment by, you just want to get some of your second level equipment without wasting the time that it takes to get the first level equipment stuff? Buy it from the shop. No, just period. Buy it from the shop if you can. Just never, ever spend time buying level 1 or making level 1 items, because it's so more time. It's so time consuming. It takes up space, and if you can buy it for a fraction of the price, it's worth buying. Because guess what? The level 2 stuff only takes a few materials, but if you use half of the materials for your level 1 stuff, it doesn't matter, because you're still wasting a lot of your resources for no reason. I just realized that, I'm glad I realized it when I did, because basically now I never have to worry again about worrying about equipment, because now I have, like, I got a stack of like 15 nets in my storage, got a stack of like 10 fishing poles in my storage. I got only like maybe 5 watering cans, but watering cans won't matter too much, because any day that it rains I don't have to water. And usually every time I have to water, I put stuff close enough together so it can still bloom to cool stuff, but also I don't have to worry too much, because it's like, hey man, these watering cans can do at least like, I think 25 to 30 before they decide to want to break anyway, so I ain't sweating it too much. You know, this game is really good. I can't say I'm super disappointed with it, because, you know, I held off on getting the game when it first came out back in March. Because for me, I was like, I still have to work during quarantine, and that kind of blows, but at least I have money so I can still focus on future projects that I'm going to fund. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, please look forward to that. But, like, also I'm just like, I didn't want to play a game that I didn't know if I was going to get super invested to, because I already had Rune Factory that I was playing at the time. But now that I was finished Rune Factory, and I did the videos for this channel, and then I also had a bunch of friends who already got the game and were begging me to play it, so that I could play along with them. I'm like, cool. I guess I better flex my my prowess once again and show how optimal you can make everything. Also, I will say that even though I've only watched like a handful of content for this game, I knew a lot more than I thought that I would have known going in. Like, again, a lot of things that I've done on like the first few days with like getting a bunch of Nook Mile points, because hey, you can get a lot of Nook Mile points right off the bat by doing a lot of the in-game achievements. Mastercast I got on like the first day, because I was like, let me see if I can't get this really stupid one out of the way, because people think it's hard, but they haven't played fishing minigames before, obviously, because I love fishing minigames, so it's whatever. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, all the Persona games, well, actually only Persona 4 and Persona 5, I digress. Tales of Cold Steel, I could name Sonic Adventure, yeah. Don't at me for a fishing game, bro. I played Sonic Adventure and I beat Big's campaign. I know how to fish in a fishing minigame. I think that being said, I don't think I have much else to talk about, because I'm still playing the game, I'm still strong. An update recently came out, which I don't know what it patched out. I probably should be looking up that on YouTube, because I'm not going to probably be doing too much long-form content on this. I may make an update video on how it looks after another month. But I just thought it would be nice to tell you guys that I was playing it, that I think is pretty good. And like I said, if you played this game plus Rune Factory, you never have to worry about playing another life. Yeah, no, go ahead and add Stardew Valley, but if you play all 3 of those games, you will never have to play another set of games in your life if you just manage all 3 of those every single day of your life. Though, again, only 2 of them don't take actual lifetime ratings in the game, and you can progress as you will. But also, this game, even though it still has you limited on time and what you can do, because it doesn't give you enough to do, quote unquote, there is plenty of stuff to do. You just have to explore and find what you're gonna make a goal for each day. It's just like real life. Paying back taxes, helping others, planning for your future, that's all it is. That is all it really comes down to, and that's all it is. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. I have rambled on way too much, to the point where now I'm kind of breaking my voice a little bit, because I started getting excited again, and you know how it is when I get excited. But yeah, guys, you probably won't be seeing Xenoblade on Friday, because unfortunately I still have to work that day, a really early morning to be exact, so I won't be able to play it until I get after work, and then I still have to edit it, but you'll probably see it the first week of June. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're already into June. Gosh. This year, even though it's been really bad, tragic, and there's been too much stuff going on to really warrant just to sit down, and the realization of, hey, all I've done is work and sit at home because that's all I can do, but it's so memorizing in a way that it's like, man, I still want to push myself to do the best I can do with this YouTube channel for as long as I still plan on wanting to do stuff, so I'm going to keep doing that, and I'm going to keep pushing on. But, yeah, guys, until next time, I have been Multi126789, and I hope you lovely chows have a good one, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. So, ciao, ciao, until then.